before. But one of the things that we got to really talk about is how great this running back class supposedly is. I watched Ashton Jeanty, and there's a lot of great running backs in this draft, led by a couple of them from Ohio State. You know, when you talk about the running back, the position has been devalued a little bit. People like to say you can get a running back from anywhere, but let me tell you something. I believe in this class, you're going to find some home run hitters. This is courtesy of Todd McShay show. He talks about some of the great comparisons between this class and 2017 class, as well as some teams that he wouldn't foresee jumping up again later in the first round, early second round to take a running back. This is not your grandfather's running back class. There's going to be some game changers and game breakers in this particular class.
Has been talked about since we started this show on October 22nd. And it's been talked about throughout the process. It's been talked about by just about everyone I've heard. We're all in agreement. Finally, everyone's in agreement. From NFL scouts to us to social media, everyone's in agreement. This is one of the best running back classes ever, right? It's stacking up to be. Omarion Hampton is absolutely, without question, undoubtedly the second best running back in this class behind Ashton Jeanty. And there probably should be a little bit more of a discussion about he's not that far off. Jeanty's the number one guy. I get Omarion Hampton is an absolute freak. I think Ashton Jeanty can be something similar in the same ballpark as Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Their versatility, their run style, their body types, there's not a big difference between the two. Okay. So he's the Christian McCaffrey of the class, if you will. I think Omarion Hampton is a better, I don't want to say better, how do I frame this? I think he's lighter on his feet, and he doesn't need the runway than Fournette needed. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. I'm taking these defensive linemen at premium picks on premium positions. However, it won't shock me.
Right. I mean, you're looking at Dallas. Jeanty to Dallas seems like a very popular pick, right? You're thinking Minnesota. Does Minnesota maybe take one? Does Kansas City get there and say, man, if we had an Omarion Hampton in this offense, you know, I know we have other needs, and I know there's other places we could go right here. Does Kansas City maybe? Do the Raiders or Browns trade back into the end of the first round and maybe get one?
I wrote down this list. So I came up with a list of these teams, and again, I think more than 20 teams, maybe 25 teams could wind up drafting a running back in this 7-round process. Because we could have around 30 running backs taken if it's anything like 2017, 2011, 1998. So I'm not limiting it to this. But what I'm saying is these are the teams that I won't be surprised that I think are probably going to draft a running back in the first 3, certainly 4 rounds. Cowboys with Rico Dowdle as a free agent. Deuce Vaughn's their backup. Bears, DeAndre Swift and Roschon Johnson. Vikings, UFAs, Aaron Jones and Cam Akers, okay? Browns, Nick Chubb, Jerome Ford.
There you go. There you go. You heard it. That was courtesy of Todd McShay show. But you heard it right there. This is a great running back class. We didn't hear Quinshon Junkins' name, but I think TreVeyon Henderson has the potential to go. He's the third running back. And I know Todd says, you know what I'm saying, Omarion Hampton is one of those guys. But listen, TreVeyon Henderson and the way he came on during the playoff season and the time, I think that was with TreVeyon Henderson, he was helped more by a 2-back system and coming back to college more than any guy I've seen in the draft. The way he was, he was mired by injuries early on. It didn't look like he was ever healthy. You got Quinshon Junkins in there. They split carries. And at the end of the year, you finally saw that TreVeyon Henderson that what people were talking about since his freshman year. The burst, just the ability to get out on people. His blocking is tremendous. I think he's the best blocking back in this draft. Best blocking back in his draft. And that's what you got to have as a third down block. Can you pick up the linebacker? Can you pick up that safety? Can you catch the ball out of the backfield? I think he's a very close third. I think he does not sniff the third round. He is another guy that's going to go up to Ashton Genty is special. I mean, he's special. He runs so hard. He does not go down on the first tackle. He makes the first and second guy miss. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's a good. He runs with his. He got good lean with his pads. I'm telling you, these guys. You're gonna find 5 or 6 good running backs that are gonna be top-notch backs in this draft. And it's another way you're gonna start to see teams because of what Saquon Barkley did for the Philadelphia Eagles. Listen, Jalen Hurts, I just had a video on the barbershop about what Jalen Hurts has become, but let's not get it twisted. Saquon Barkley added something different to that Philadelphia Eagles offense that they didn't have. They always had Devontae Smith. They always had some of you guys out there on A.J. Brown. They've always had Jalen Hurts with the tush push, but they didn't have that running game. They didn't have that physicality with Saquon Barkley and the 3-down back. That put them over the top. That put them like, hey, you can obviously see that the Kansas City Chiefs said, we're going to stop Saquon Barkley. And that opened things up for the pass game and what Jalen Hurts was doing with his legs. There's going to be some teams that realize that, yeah, we need that run game. And if you're the Cleveland Browns, speaking specifically about them, if Kevin Stefanski wants to get back to that game, that type of game, you're going to need a bell cow back. Maybe Nick Chubb comes back, and Chubb is the guy that you can hope to get back after a season of the knee injury and then the foot injury. Maybe Jerome Ford is a guy that you're going to use on, more of a third down back. But let me tell you something. I wouldn't be mad at all if they come away with a running back. Actually, to be truthful, if you can come away with a running back within the first three rounds, I think that's a move you need to make. To me, I'm all in on this. I don't think you can fully stop nobody on defense anyway in the league. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I think you can't fully stop Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or none of them. I just don't. I think they're that good. Josh Allen, you're not gonna stop them. But what you got to be able to do is if you can get some timely stops, make them kick a field goal or two, and get them off the field, and you can score some points, you can win with that. I think the Cleveland Browns, I would go heavy offense. I'm going to keep it real with you. I need a receiver. You need a quarterback. You need a running back. You might need another left tackle or so. Listen, this is a heavy offensive draft for me because I'm a firm believer in playing a different type of way that you need to actually get to the 21st century where you could actually put points on the board. And the Browns have been able to always say, we got a great offensive line. We got Nick Chubb. That isn't something you can hang your hat on. I hope Nick Chubb comes back, but there has to be a running back in the situation too. I need a running back. I need the quarterback. I need to get another receiver. And to be honest with you, man, the Browns aren't going to be competitive this year. The Browns is not going to be competitive probably to win a championship next year. But what you can do is get the fans a good product. Give me a product where I can see something in the franchise guy, see something in a young receiver, a young running back, and we could put some points on the board and compete with these other teams. Listen, I get it. The year we went 11-5, our defense was lights out, but we showed you what it looks like. We had JOK, we had Myles Garrett, we had Zadarius Smith, we had Denzel Ward. We was running around and we was balling out that year. But at the end of the year, what happened? We got boat raced by a rookie quarterback in C.J. Stroud and a rookie head coach. Defense is great, but you can't win by just holding people down. And if you draft a guy like Abdul Carter, mind you, I'm not hating on Abdul Carter. At least I'll take Travis Hunter. Because if I got Travis Hunter, I get 2, 3. I'm getting 3 for 1. I get the return game, I'm going to get a receiver, and I'm going to get people off the field in third down and money downs because I got him playing nickel. I got him playing on the outside. That's 3 for 1. Come on now. I listen, Isaiah McGuire looked pretty good. You still got your boy Alex Wright. You drafted Mike Hall Jr. Let him cook. Let him eat. I know that you want to get something immediately for Myles Garrett, but for me, running back is a position that you're going to need. And if you want to run that play action game and you want to do like Kevin Stefanski normally does, you might want to go ahead and figure that out. You might want to get the running back game together as well. What do you think? What are your thoughts, man? I need thoughts on Travis Hunter. I need thoughts on what are we going to do? Would you take a running back in the first 3 rounds? And do you think Jackson Dart, Will Howard, or Jalen Milroe will be available in the 2nd or 3rd round? I want to hear all you guys on that. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe as well. With that being